B-Marsh Boxing back at it with another live stream. Hey man, I'm a little late with this video, you know what I mean? You know the time difference from where I'm at to when they showed this Showtime little gala. The gala promoting the fights that's gonna be popping up for Showtime between now and June. I'm a little late with it, man. So when I woke up, I seen all the headlines, seen all the videos, man. So I had to drop my thoughts on it one time, you know what I mean? First and foremost, man, Showtime PBC, big ups to them. They laying the smackdown, you heard? They definitely laying the smackdown on HBO Boxing, you know what I mean? It's a damn shame Showtime doesn't have as many subscribers than HBO. But regardless, you know what I mean? They putting on big fights, you know what I mean? It doesn't even matter to me who gets the most viewership, because, you know, HBO definitely has more viewers and subscribers in the United States than Showtime. But all in all, it's a good look, you know what I mean? It's a good look that Showtime PBC is putting it on for 2018, hard body, you know what I mean? You check it. First of all, my thoughts about it, you know what I mean? Yo, what's goody, Charlie Brown? I see you in the chat, man. Wagwan Star. You know what I mean? Just making a quick video, putting up my thoughts about what I seen, man. First of all, they had Charlamagne the God hosting the little gala event. Why? I don't know, man. That guy don't know nothing about boxing, man. On the real, I'd rather even put Angela Yee. Angela Yee knows more boxing than them fellas Charlamagne, you know what I mean? Charlamagne didn't even know how to pronounce fellas like Badou Jack's name. He calling the man Badou Jack. And then he called him Abner Maris, Abner Maurice. Man, them fellas need to go somewhere, man. You know what I mean? All he knows is fellas who are popular. That's it, man, you know. But Showtime's putting it on, man, you know. I was disappointed I didn't see my man Adonis Stevenson at the gala, at the event. And, you know, Adonis Stevenson, based out of Canada, you know, the man has a criminal record. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the reason why he didn't get to cross the border to come over to New York for that event, because, you know, maybe he didn't get his visa in time, you know what I mean? He's probably working on it. Or not, you know. The man, Adonis Stevenson, is going to be fighting Badou Jack. And to be honest, man, out of all the fights that I've seen them mentioned out of everybody who was on that stage, that's the fight that I'm definitely interested in, you know what I mean? That's the fight that, you know, I even seen a channel up here on YouTube, man, just yesterday, the day of this event, you know what I mean, talking about that Adonis Stevenson is not fighting Badou Jack. He called the man Adonis Chickenson, you know what I mean, all kind of names. That video was basically like a slander video. You check it. How's the bad not fighting Badou Jack? He was talking about he's going to be fighting Lydia Alvarez, which is a good fight in my opinion too. But overall, that was basically fake news, like my man Low Key would say, you know what I mean? So that's just definitely not happening, you know what I mean? Badou Jack and Adonis Stevenson are getting it on for 2018, and I believe that's going to be happening in May, you know? If the man Stevenson is not even up there at the gala in New York, probably he's over there in Detroit, man, at the Crunk Gym trying to get it on, man, you know what I mean, sharpening his skills for Badou Jack, which is arguably going to be the best opponent of his hey man, I'm doing a video, man, I'm live. You know, it's arguably the best opponent of his career. You check it, you know what I mean? Some would say Chad Dawson, but at this stage right now, with all the titles and the defenses that the man has had, this is going to be his biggest test as far as defending his world title. You know what I mean? Another fight that you know, another thing that I did notice. Hold on, what? Another fight that Abner Mares versus, not Abner Mares, who was it? Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. Deontay Wilder is the only one who did have the audacity to talk his ish one time, you know what I mean? Letting them know it's not a game, you know what I mean? You know, I'm here to whoop the man Ortiz ass. And the man just put it out there, man. He wasn't playing no good boy role. He wasn't playing no politically correct thing. You know what I'm saying? The man was trying to put it on and let the man Ortiz know it's not a game, man. I'm coming over there to knock out my opponent like I said I would do every opponent, you know what I mean? So that's one thing I liked about Deontay Wilder when he stepped up there. Another thing, man, Adrien Broner, man. Adrien Broner's a funny dude, dogs. Adrien Broner, man, he's that dude who wants to be the class clown, you know what I mean? He's that dude who wants to be the class clown. He has potential to be an A student in class, you know what I mean? But just because he wants to be liked, he wants to be entertaining, he wants to make everybody laugh, the man doesn't do his work. He be sitting in the back of the class and just making goofy ass jokes. You check it. So you know, he came up there, man. The man Charlamagne the God introduced him, and he said, "Hey, what's up? What's up, my nigga? What's happening?" Something to that effect, you know what I mean? The man used all kind of F-bombs and MF bombs up there. You check it. So, you know, the man Adrien Broner, he was there, you know what I mean, with Omar Figueroa. You know, that's one thing about Omar Figueroa, man. You know, he's gotten a lot of bad rep about how his weight be fluctuating, you know what I mean? The man fights at 135, the next fight he's at 147, and he comes back down to 140. But overall, he's a good guy, man. I think, you know, he's never said nothing bad, in my opinion, to the effect where I'm like, man, I'm not even a fan of this guy. You know, he's always in action-packed fights, you know what I mean? Regardless if he takes a punch to give a punch, it's boxing, it's entertaining. And that's my guy, man. I like the man, Badou Jack. I'm sorry, Omar Figueroa. And I think him versus AB is a very compelling fight. As of right now, I don't even know who's going to win that fight, you know what I mean? You check it. So I'm very interested in Omar Figueroa versus Badou Jack, you know. I'm sorry, versus Adrien Broner. Who else was up there, man? Hugo Centeno Jr. versus Jamal Chalo. That's a very good fight, you know what I mean? Jamal Chalo is talking big-ish, like he's the biggest, baddest dude at 160. Well, he's going to have to prove it when he fights the man Hugo Centeno Jr. I believe that's going to be on the Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz undercard, you know what I mean? And who else? Who else did I see up? Oh, Jared Hurd and Erislandy Lara. My man Charlie Brown's in the chat. He says Jack versus Stevenson is one of the best fights of 2018. Yes, indeed. That's a fight I've been looking forward to for when I first heard about it last year. You know what I mean? Shout out to MBT Boxing out of Australia. He's the one who put me onto that news. And I said, I'll believe it when I see it. Seeing is believing, and it looks like it's going to happen. You know what I mean? But like I said, I was disappointed. The man, Adonis Stevenson, wasn't there at the gala, you know what I'm saying? You know, Adonis Stevenson, man, he getting that Canadian guap, man. Them fellas is paid in full up there, believe that, you know what I mean? You check it, so the man don't even need to fight, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? The man is 40 years old, but hey, he's still got a lot to prove. No, he's not shop worn. He's not no wear and tear. You know what I mean? The man is good to go, you know? Him versus Badou Jack is a very compelling fight, you know what I mean? But Jared Hurd versus Erislandy Lara is a very good fight too, you know what I mean? One of the best fights of 2018. You check it, so I'm looking forward to that fight. Who else did they have up there? Mikey Garcia and Limpinets. Limpinets is a guy, you know, doesn't speak much English, you know. Mikey Garcia was up there. My man Charlie Brown says I got Hurd winning. I'm leaning towards Jared Hurd right now too. You know what I mean? I seen the size difference when they met, when they was face to face at the gala. Man, that's a big, strong dude. You know what I mean? It's a big dude. He's overpowering. Looking down on the man Erislandy Lara. You know what I mean? Charlie Brown says he's too strong and durable. Yeah, and he's talking about the size. No question about it. Jared Hurd is a big dude. You know. What was funny, man, I seen the man, Badou Jack came in with his vacated WBA regular title and his 168 WBC title, you know what I mean? Hey, if that's the case, fellas like Adrien Broner could have brought all 4 of his former world titles too, you know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of cheesy from Badou Jack, but hey, it is what it is, you know? But so did the man, Leo Santa Cruz. You know, he came up there showcasing his current WBA belt, you know what I'm saying? And he had his former WBC belt. I believe that, what was that at? Was it at 122? I think it was at 122, yeah. You know, compared to a man like Mikey Garcia, a man who's a 3 different division champion and a current lightweight champion at WBC, he didn't even come there with any of his belts. You know what I mean? So, you know, sometimes fellas, you know, I think the belts make them, but fellas like Mikey Garcia, he makes the belts. You know what I mean? So I thought that was interesting, something I noticed. And you know, just overall, man, it was a good showcase, man. You know, Al Heyman, PBC, the man Keith Thurman, matter of fact, is not fighting Jesse Vargas. For whatever reason, maybe he thought about it, like maybe he's heard the rumors, and us here on YouTube talking about this is not a tune-up fighting the man Jesse Vargas. I expect Keith Thurman to beat Jesse Vargas, but maybe he heard maybe he heard through the grapevine that hey man, this dude is a dangerous opponent. I don't think this the type of dude you want to fight coming off of surgery and injury, you know. So that fight is not happening. I'm kind of disappointed. Only way I won't be disappointed is if Keith Thurman actually picks a better fighter to fight than Jesse Vargas, you know. So that's one thing I did notice up there. Who else didn't have an opponent? Jamel Chalo, the WBC super welterweight champion. He ain't have an opponent up there, so he was just there, you know. But he's gonna be fighting, I think, sometime in June. Hopefully it ain't a mandatory again. Hopefully it's a big step up fight. You know what I mean? I preferably like to see him unify with the WBO champ. What's his name? Saddam Ali. But I heard Saddam Ali's next fight is gonna be against Liam Smith for the defending his WBO title. He took off Cotto. That's not a fight I'm interested in. But we shall see. We shall see what Jamel Charlo, WBC champion, does. Who else? Who else? What did you want, Francis? Call him.
Francis.
You know what I mean? So, who else did I see up there? Danny Garcia and Brandon Rios. I even seen Brandon Rios and what's his name? Brandon Rios and Adrien Broner. They had a little conversation. I don't know what they was talking about. Looked like they was talking ish. You check it. So the man Brandon Rios, man, he's gonna be fighting Danny Garcia, you know what I mean? So that's a good fight right there. I believe that's a good fight for Danny Garcia coming off a loss. You know, two guys who had lower weights, you know. Brandon Rios is a two different division champ, 135 and WBA 135 and WBO 140. So, you know, both guys were champions in the lower weight. So it's a good fight at welterweight, you know what I mean? For they comeback, for Danny Garcia's comeback fight. Who else was up there, man? Of course, Abnomara's Leo Santa Cruz. It's not a rematch that I'm particularly interested in because I thought Santa Cruz decisively won the first fight. But it's an all-Mexican matchup. Abnomara says he got a whole new different game plan for what you call it? For the rematch, now that he's down with Robert Garcia. So hopefully it'll be interesting, you know what I mean? Who else we seen up there? Ronald Gabriel versus David Benavidez, the youngest champion in boxing right now, and the youngest champion ever to hold a super middleweight title. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez is going to be giving the man Ronald Gabriel a well-deserved rematch because the first fight was very intriguing, entertaining. Gabriel came to fight. He performed better than I thought he would. He even put the man David Benavidez on the canvas. So he deserves a rematch. Although I did have David Benavidez winning the fight, you know what I mean? Gervonta Tank Davis was up there. Got no opponent next. He's going to be fighting on somebody on the card. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure who's on the card he's going to be fighting on or who his next opponent is, you know. But just overall, my thoughts on Showtime. You know, Showtime, they got the best fighters, you know what I mean? But let HBO tell it. Let ESPN, Dan Raphael tell it. The media, they don't even put these guys really in the pound-for-pound rankings. Errol Spence cracked the pound-for-pound rankings, you know. But this, besides that, for years, PBC Showtime guys haven't got the love that the media gives fellas on the other side of the street, whether it's Golden Boy fighters or top-ranked fighters, you know. So, you know, Showtime's putting it on for 2018, man. I hope HBO steps up their game. You know, they basically banking on Triple G versus Cannoli. You know, that's what the fight they banking on for, you know what I mean, to make them that revenue or give them that that worldwide exposure, which they will get, you know, but they got to do better than Triple G and Cannoli, you know what I mean? We got to get bigger and better fights, you know what I mean, on the HBO side, because I remember when HBO was king, you know what I mean? Just 2013 was the first time I ever subscribed in my life to Showtime, because they put it on. They brought all their fighters, the Al Heyman fighters, to Showtime when Floyd signed that big contract over there with Showtime. And that was my first time messing with Showtime boxing, you know what I mean? And because HBO was king, but it ain't been like that since 2013. I'll keep it a buck, you know what I mean? I'll keep it tall with y'all. It's not a game, man. Showtime, Mr. Al Heyman. Thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you for this gala and this event. Stephen F. Espinoza is a very good executive over there on Showtime. And his face is more known than them fellas over there on the HBO side, who I can't even tell you their name or who their name is, you know? So I'm happy. Showtime is giving us great fights for 2018. And that's just my thoughts on what I've seen, man. Badu Jack versus Stevenson, like I said, that's the fight I'm interested in. That's the fight that is the most compelling to me, you know? I could almost predict who's going to win in all them other fights, except maybe Arislandi Lara and Hurd, although I'm leaning towards Hurd. And that about it, man. Every other fight. Errol Spence was up there too, and he's going to be fighting in June. As of right now, he has no opponent, but it is what it is, man. So, B-Marsh Boxing, about to seal up this video. Thanks a lot for everybody coming through in the chat. Big ups to my man Charlie Brown, you know what I mean? And, you know, got moves to make, got runs to make, you know what I mean? Vacation time's almost over, man, you know? So, yo, I'm going to catch you guys on the next vid. B-Marsh Boxing, thanks for listening, and I'm gone. Peace.